I'm just recording this because I had some people say that they couldn't be on. So welcome to our call on recruiting and onboarding new coaches and customers. So we've been like a week, 7 days so far. So the purpose of this group was I actually heard about, who went to Tracy Morrow's thing? Anyone? At Summit? Yeah, there was a girl there that was talking about how she did she did 2 months of 30-day push for that was basically focused on recruiting. And I thought that was a really good idea because so often sometimes we have so many other things going on and we sort of back away from like the main objective, which is to start inviting and recruiting and doing the basics. So I thought it was a good push after Summit to do. So a lot of the things that we're doing this week and the month of August, and I don't know about you guys, but every year August for me is like one of my worst months. And I don't know if it's because people are going back to school or what's going on, but it's a little bit slower. So I thought it would be a good month for us to just focus on inviting customers and finding new ways to invite and, building our social media so that we can, when the fall hits and people start to get back on track, that we have sort of built a foundation for recruiting and onboarding new customers and building relationships with our existing customers that we have already. So I made a PowerPoint slide. Can you guys see me, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then we'll go over, you guys can talk, and I want this to be like interactive and everything. So, okay, can you see my screen? Yes. Okay. So the first video that we went over was the fear of inviting. And I think that guy is so funny and he's also point on. And this is something that a lot of you guys are Emerald coaches and you're in the building stages of your own business with your coaches. So this is something that a lot of coaches, your newer coaches, are going to come and say to you, is that they're fearful of inviting. So we want to remind them, and I often share that video with my new coaches that, you're not inviting, you're sharing, and you're starting to build relationships with new people. And like Kelly Hanner said in her video, is we're really building relationships with people that we want on our team. So, building trust and meaningful relationships with them right now is going to help you, have them be more comfortable and maybe joining your challenge or, eventually becoming a coach on your team. Did anyone have any thoughts about this video? Don't be afraid or fearful to talk. Did anything pop out at somebody about this video? Does anyone remember it was about Caleb?
Yeah, I actually watched one of his other videos today about inviting to and how people say no. Because I love him and I think he's hilarious in his videos. He just makes me laugh, and so it makes me want to listen to his content more. And it was about people saying no after you invite them, and I don't know, it just people saying no to me hasn't really ever bothered me when I invite, but I do kind of have the fear of inviting on Facebook, because especially people that I already know, I have the fear of inviting, and just because I'm afraid they're going to be like, well, what is Julie doing? Why is she inviting me to this now, And so that's where my fear lies. On Instagram, it's easy for me, but Facebook is where that fear kicks in for me.
Right. And it's usually more of your warm market that you're fearful of inviting?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like this is something that a lot of I felt too, and a lot of other coaches I know feel this way too, because those are the people that tend to judge us the most, right? But I wouldn't be, if they're watching you and they're following you on your journey, oftentimes they're just curious in what you're doing. So I have put it out there, do you post on your wall? Because I do see you post, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oftentimes they're probably just curious. So you should just challenge yourself to maybe invite 1 or 2 of your friends.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone else invited their close friends, or were they fearful of inviting their close friends?
I was fearful of doing it, and now I have like my best friend who hated on Shakeology forever. She's doing the 21-day fix now and drinking Shakeology. Granted, she's the most annoying customer because she's texting me at all hours of the day about it, but I'm like pumped because like she's doing it, so I know like my other friends are finally gonna be like, oh, okay, and they'll stop being so mean.
Yeah.
But I took forever to come out of the closet and like post things. And we just went to a wedding with like a bunch of college friends, and strangely enough, the girls were like kind of like they didn't say anything, but the guys, there was like 4 guys that came up to me and were like, I love seeing your workout posts. You've motivated me to go to the gym. And I'm like, wish I motivated my own boyfriend, but that's awesome. So that was kind of flattering, but yeah, I just need to post about the opportunity more, the coaching opportunity.
Yes, and we'll get into that. And so Mary Beth and I were talking how she started really posting like every day consistently around April. So April, May. So it was 2 months of like consistently inviting. And then in July, she had like 30 Success Club points. And that was all from inviting people and like posting consistently and sort of recruiting, and kept going in April and May and June. And that's usually how this business works. It's in 3 months. So people that you're inviting now in August are most likely going to help start to join you and start to see your posts come October and November. Does anyone else see a pattern with that? Yeah, I see you guys nodding. Okay, cool. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is, let's see here, expanding your brand. So I know a lot of us use Facebook and as our main way of building relationships, and then most likely a lot of you guys use Instagram because that's what we teach our team and teach our new coaches because it's really easy to use. Is anyone using Twitter or YouTube or any other platforms? No? Okay. Has anyone started a like page?
I'm looking into doing that, but I do Twitter a little bit, but just whatever's on Instagram or Facebook.
Okay. So I always recommend, and this is, again, like things that I teach my coaches, like you guys are now teaching your coaches. And we always, we don't want to overwhelm our new coaches. So I always tell people pick Facebook and then choose one other platform that you're comfortable with. So if somebody's starting to build up their Instagram, I wouldn't recommend them doing like a YouTube or Twitter or something like that. But since most of you guys have figured out Instagram and your Facebook, I would probably at this point start suggesting doing a YouTube channel. This is how a lot of your coaches are going to start to follow you, and then people on your team and your downline. And the things that you do, and by making the videos now, let's say you started one next month, people are starting to search YouTube channels. Even customers are, and they might land on you. And also your coaches, it's easier for you to shoot out videos of yourself talking about things. So this is a really good channel to start to build your social media and yourself. Like I started this maybe a year ago, not that long ago, but people like coaches now in my downline will watch videos that I made over a year ago. Has anyone done a video on YouTube? No? Would it be helpful if we did maybe a post in this month on topics to talk about on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So another suggestion is I will do a list of things that you can start to maybe make videos about. But you can also look on my YouTube video, my channel, and then you can look on my sister's too. Okay. Cool. So what are you guys doing as your two right now?
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
If I really want to start a like page. That's like my next big thing.
Okay.
Would you recommend like mastering and doing that first? and then trying to do the YouTube thing? You know, like, do you consider that like another thing to kind of get used to?
Yeah. Hold on one second. My munchkins just came in. You guys need to go downstairs, okay? Real life here. Yeah, I would probably just focus on your like page and then maybe just do like one. It doesn't have to be like a lot of videos. Maybe do like one a month and then focus on your like page.
Okay. And are there any like specific topics for YouTube that you think we should start with, or?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do this week is I'll make a list of things that you could talk about, like videos that you could make.
Yeah.
And then I also, did you just get on?
I don't know why I had the camera setting crossed out, so it had my picture instead of.
Oh.
No, I've been here.
And you can always look at my channel too and go and search at my things, and you can sort my videos based on like most like popular or like by the year that they were built. And I've done things all from like even talking about the 21-day fix, like the fix. You could even do like the Fix 8 cookbook, and customers YouTube those videos. Or they'll YouTube about you know, whatever, like the 21-day fix and things like that. So you can do the customer based ones or for your coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you make them all public?
Hold on, I'm saying this. Yeah, for the most part I do public. If it's something just like specific to my team, then I'll make it unlisted. But for the most hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. All right. Tracking while recruiting. So this was one of the days that we talked about last week, and I think it's really important for us to be tracking the people that we're recruiting. If it's just new customers, I usually will put them in a interest group, and I'll do it based on the interest group for that month that I find that customer. Does everyone here know how to make an interest group?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys do this? No. Yeah, no. I also use a pen and paper because I'm a pen and paper kind of person, or I'll use an Excel sometimes. But oftentimes, like when I'm trying to build a relationship with somebody, you get on Facebook and there's so much things going on. So this has really helped me in the past couple of months to do like an April, May, June, July one and throw them in there. So if you guys don't know what it is, just raise your hand. Okay, Courtney, I'll make sure that I send you a video. Okay, so you can do that. Just writing it down.
Of the interest groups?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So for the most part, how are you guys tracking your customers? Do you use pen, paper?
So I use an Excel spreadsheet, but I guess that was a question that I had for you because I feel like I get really, really overwhelmed with trying to keep track of everybody and keep track of like when I last talked to them and what I last talked to them about and when I'm going to follow up with them again. And I feel like I just get really overwhelmed with that. Is there a better way to do that?
Let me show you the one that I use. And again, this is completely dependent on the type of person you are. If you are not an Excel person, I would use pen and paper. Okay. But I do it this way. I just use a live Google Doc, and I'll do it like name, the source that we met, the date, the interest group that I put them in, and then any notes that I know about them. And then I do this for like my challengers. Like if somebody bought a challenge pack from me, I'll write down their name and their order date. Okay. And again, like if you feel more, sometimes I'll use a whiteboard. Like I got a big whiteboard and I'll track people. I'll do it that way. But for most part, I feel like keeping people in those interest groups really helps. And then this helps too. Does anyone else use an Excel, or does anyone else want to share what they do? Brittany, what do you do? I know you probably have a lot of customers now.
I put them on pen and paper.
Okay.
And then I have this notepad like on my home screen on my computer, and I keep my challengers for each month on that notepad. That way it's just like right on my desktop and I can just go and look at that real quick. And then like I'll make notes next to that. And then at the end of the month I go and transfer that to my piece of paper. And like I have a notebook with each month.
Okay, cool. So that works for you, pen and paper. Julie, do you find that it's more new coaches that you can't keep track of, or sorry, new customers, or your challenge people that are in your challenge groups?
More so new customers, because for me it's like hard to keep track because I follow up with them, and then for me it's hard to keep track of like what I've talked to them about, especially when I feel like I add a lot of people to the free group, but then getting them into a challenge group is the harder part. And so like people that I'm adding into the free group, trying to keep track of them is, I think, the more difficult part. But I liked how you had the tabs at the bottom, like how you had them all separated out for the different.
Oh yeah, you can. That has really helped me because I'm not the most organized person either. Like this took me a while to do this, but
I have a question about this Sheets document. You know how like in the Google Docs, everybody can see that if you have Google Docs? Well, this Sheets thing, so like you created this. So if I go into my Sheets, can I see your thing? How do you stop people from seeing what you've created?
usually when you hit it, it says share and it says no. Anyone can has access to this link, or you can change it to,
Oh.
like if I want to change it to anyone can link, anyone can edit, only specific people can access, and then only I can see it. I just made it public so that you guys could see it.
I have a question for you, Annie. Sorry I got on late. I'm family meltdown every 10 minutes.
We just had one here live.
Okay. I just pretty much beat everyone. I was like, leave me alone. But
All right, I hope you didn't beat them. No, I was kidding.
no, I didn't. I actually bought them ridiculous amounts of things at Target today, so we're good. But okay, so did you go back from when you first started and then got a handle on all those people that you added? Like, what'd you do? Print your spreadsheet of all your customers and the dates and then put them all in? And then or did you just start from when, do you know what I mean? Because I have 800 people that made an account. I probably really in my notebook only know what's going on with, if I have notebooks and my whole system is a mess right now. Did you go back and put everybody in these spreadsheets and then you were like?
No, I wouldn't freak out about that.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not that anal.
Or did you just start?
I'm doing recent ones, and then I do keep an interest group of newer customers. So I'll do like an interest group of July friends, January. And this
I think what stops me from doing it is the thought of having to get everybody in there. So do you think it's better to, put everybody or just start a new one from here out?
I would do a new one from here out. Just focus on the new people that you're building, or if you have a specific person that you started to talk to again, then add them in. For your challengers, what I do, and I don't know if you guys know how to do this, but when I go into my Team Beachbody account, and let's say you want to reconnect with challengers that have bought from you, in the beginning of the year, you can go into, and sorry we're spending so much time on tracking. This is the most boring topic.
This is the stuff I don't do though.
I know. I'm bad at this too, but in your My Business, and then under Success Club qualifications, you can bring this back to over a year ago of people that had purchased challenge packs with you.
Wait, where did you go first?
My Business, and then Success Club qualification. So you can bring it back from a year ago. So I know one of the things that, you can reconnect, just people that have purchased something from you a year ago doesn't mean that they might not want your support again. They at one point needed it. So if they're not a coach yet, or they want to do another challenge, you can always reach back out to them. So I told you, see, August was my 1 year I missed too. So you can hit this little plus sign and then the 8. So 8 Success Club points. And then it will bring up the names. Hey, Brooke, you bought a challenge pack for me. See? I gave her away. Oh, dear. We won't get into that. And then you can, like what I did on my Excel like a sheet was I just copied the name and then the person, and then you can look them up, and then you can put them on your sheet. Does that make sense?
Okay, sorry.
Is that good?
So you went to, okay, so you clicked on that and then it just showed you like, and you clicked on Success Club points to see who they were?
Yep. So you just hit on Success Club points, and then it will tell you, is it like a customer that ordered a challenge pack? And then you just click on that, and then it will give you their names. And most likely, these are probably people, that you're still friends with on Facebook. Like this girl, Amber Hardy, I should probably reach out to her because she had a baby and she stopped doing my challenge. So I'm going to put her on my list. So these are good people to go back and talk to.
I have another question for you, Annie. Okay, so I've been making a list of things I need to do that I never do. So one of my questions for you is like today you posted a video on like your biggest failures. So normally, honestly, because I've started my new coach group, like I would just copy your video and then I would like put it in my group. But these people are probably like, who the heck's this chick? You know what I mean?
You're so funny. We literally just talked about this.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
So I'm kind of
I was just
hard. So can I like make a video now, like my biggest failures, because I got your idea? Like, is that okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. I was just talking about expanding your brand.
Because I just wrote like,
I was
copy
telling
Annie's
people, yeah, I was saying like your Facebook, we all have a good handle on Facebook, and then we mostly have a good idea of how to use IG and recruiting and inviting people there. And so the next step I would suggest is doing a YouTube or a like page. Don't do both at the same time. Like Brooke is working on her like page. So I told her that to do like one YouTube video a month. But that has been one of the biggest things that has definitely sort of in the past year expanding my business. Just from, like coaches in my downline getting to know me because they see my videos. So it's a good idea for you guys to make those videos so that your downline is connecting with you. Okay. And I'm going to give you ideas on what to say, or, make, or you can just go on my YouTube and you can write down some, videos that you want to do. Cool. Okay. So the next thing that we talked about was creating a monthly marketing plan. And I actually think that we do a really, really good job of this, especially on our team, since probably I'd say like in January or February, a lot of us have been really consistent with doing the same thing every single month. And when you develop consistency every single month, your coaches know, your new coaches, it might take them a month or two, but they start to understand and expect the same things every single month. So you guys probably can like say off the top of your head, like the first Monday of every month we do a training. The second week of every month we do a sneak peek with maybe I'll do an opportunity call. Elizabeth just started doing this. We'll do 2 challenges a month. So these are things that you can start to plan for yourself. Like obviously the monthly training you can plug in with your coach. If you're a diamond, you might want to start running Coach Basics yourself. And then doing your 2 challenges a week, or plugging in with another coach and your sneak peek and opportunity call. So I think the biggest thing that we haven't been that consistent with is probably, I know Brittany's been doing them a lot lately, right, Britt? Like when did you start doing these?
What's that? The opportunity?
Yeah.
I run my sneak peeks the first Monday of every month, or the second Monday of every month.
Okay. Yeah. And I know that you're really consistent with that. And so right now, Brittany has her own coach group with Jennifer Conroy, and they sort of have their own system. I don't know exactly what you guys do every month, but you do like a similar thing as us,
Yeah.
So just like for September, one of the things for like just recruiting yourself, you want to start to plan out like when your next challenge group is going to be, and then when your next, sneak peek is going to be. So I was just talking to Mary Beth about this. Mary Beth has a lot of people that have joined her July challenge group. So they're going into their second week in August. And then she's going to start to bring up the opportunity to join as a coach, like either a discounter and then, or maybe they want to do the full coaching. And if they're not quite there yet, she can offer them a sneak peek. So is everyone thinking of maybe running their own sneak peek or joining with somebody? Yeah.
Yeah, the opportunity call is the only thing that makes me nervous.
Okay.
It's literally the only thing that's like stopping me.
Yeah.
And every time I think to do it, I'm like, well, I can just post Annie's video.
Okay. Well, when I did mine, I was like, I sweat I don't have balls, but I sweat like insanely when I do one. But a lot of the coaches who actually do these, the top coaches, they record them themselves without not live, and then they post it later.
Okay.
So you don't feel like you have to do it when you're live, because sometimes that makes people more nervous.
Yeah.
Knowing that somebody's on.
Right.
You can always just do one privately yourself, or keep it unlisted and then share with people.
Okay.
Like what I did was I just stalked other people who did them,
Mm-hmm.
and then wrote down the key things that they said, and then just kind of like made it into my own story and then, mimicked it. But Beachbody provides the PowerPoint slide that you can use.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you know what that is? Do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys don't all have to do this, but it definitely, I think it helped me by running one, just by starting to talk about the opportunity when I was doing it. But there's definitely times, Brooke, that I was on live and then I just like stopped. Like it just like I like hit something and like it just like totally crashed and burned. And then I just like posted an old recording and I was like, oh, I hope you enjoy, So you're obvious, everyone's gonna fail at some point. Okay, so under the leadership ladder, most of the things that we're going over this week are under the team builder, because that is what most of us are, the team builder right now. So then the next step is the team leader, and that's where you would find the opportunity one. Hold on. Right here. So grow your downline and team, and then it's, there's the PowerPoint slide. There is exactly what you would say on the PowerPoint slide. Sorry, I have this like lock on here. And then there's a presenter guide too. Why is this not going? Right here.
Okay.
So basically that's where I got exactly what you would say on the presentation, on a recruiting. I really think that these have helped in some ways for our team, because when they do those sneak peeks and then they jump on these opportunity calls, just a couple people in it, like, not that I know it helped everybody, but there's definitely people that have done these and then they've joined after from hearing, somebody like an upline or somebody on our team talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know how many people on our team do these, but I think they're good. I think it's good for yourself to like one extra thing to get outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. No problem. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about like the monthly schedule or any other ideas that, they took away from Summit that other coaches do?
When you guys do the opportunity call, is this something that because I go through my people a week before their Shakeology is billed, and then I'm like, hey, do you want to do this? Let's get on a phone call. Do you do this with a group of people, or do you do them, one-on-one? Like, say you have 20 Success Club points, you'd have to have a call with 10 separate people.
I just say, like, when I'm posting my 5-day sneak peek, Like I'll say,
Go get back in bed, Isabella, please. Sorry.
I'll just say like, I'm doing an opportunity call on Tuesday night at 9:00, and I'll, set up the link, and I can make a video and show you how to do that. Super easy. And then
Yeah,
honestly,
okay.
like Elizabeth and I did one the other night, and like 3 people got on, but then we just post that recording in the group. And then I have it on my YouTube so that people can watch it later on. So if somebody might be on my YouTube and they just might fall on me doing one of the opportunity calls. So it's not something where it's like, you can invite as many people as you want to get on it. You can invite everybody that's in your sneak peek or people that are on in your challenge group or in your free group. But I don't know, when you do them on YouTube, you don't know who's on.
Right.
Somebody like says like, hey, I just watched your call,
So then if they want to go sign up, they'll sign up, but they won't necessarily be with you. You know what I mean?
Well, most people that I'm inviting are people in our 5-day internship. They have a coach already. So when I do them, it's for like anybody on our team. Like when I did one, and it was like for, it could be like your coach or Brittany's coach. And then when they were ready to sign up with Team Boom, they just sign up with their coach that invited them to the group, to the call. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. And don't feel like you have to do one. These are just things that, people.
No, I just feel like I'm all of a sudden like losing track of my business. Like I don't even, like all of a sudden I just feel like I'm which is good because it's just, I just need to get a handle on it.
Yeah.
It's not working anymore.
Is Melissa on this call?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi.
I didn't see you on here. I liked what you said about, so the next thing is Kelly Hanner's video that she posted about your tribe. What did you take away from that video?
I mean, I've been struggling recently because I have always just focused on like numbers and like feeling like as long as I sign a coach, like that's a good thing. And then they drop off quickly after because we just don't have a good connection. And even recently with customers, like obviously if anyone reaches out to me that wants to buy a challenge pack, like I'm going to help them as much as I can. But I recently sold a challenge pack to this girl, and she just happens, like we met I think on Instagram, but she just happens to be like from Albany as well, and she just got a job at my hospital, and she bought a challenge pack. I was in Florida when she got it, and she messaged me and was like, I'm really disappointed in what I got with the 21 Day Fix challenge pack. Like it's just marketing materials. There's nothing that even tells you what to eat. So she sends me this like really agitated like text message. And I was like, did you read the booklet that came with it? And she was like, oh, wait, I didn't even see that. I'm like, okay. And then like, since then she sent me like 4 like hateful messages saying that I'm not helping her. What?
Is it Challenger?
Yes.
Okay.
And so when I think about like helping her to become, not that I think she would be a successful coach because she has not done a single workout since she has bought the challenge pack, even though I touch base with her at least every 2 days. Right. She has only drank Shakeology once, and she just keeps telling me she doesn't have time, which she's clearly just not like ready to get focused. But like when I think about having her as a coach on my team, and when Kelly was talking about, would you want to share a hotel room with this person? Yeah. I was like, hell no, never. Like, I sometimes wish she would lose my phone number. And I feel bad saying that because, like, she reached out to me and she wanted help. And, like, she clearly needs the help. Like, she doesn't feel good about where she's at in terms of her weight and stuff like that. And, like, I totally relate to that. Right. But, like, I just don't connect with her on a personal level at all. Right. And so, like, I just think that, like, moving forward, like, yes, you know, if she wants my help, I sold her this challenge pack, and as a coach, we help whoever we can. But moving forward, like really thinking about like making a better connection, someone first before even like talking about challenge packs, because I just don't see her as someone I would want on my tribe. Like she's not motivated, first of all, so I don't think she would ever sign up to be a coach. But when I just think about like who we have, like when I look upwards in this business, I see people that I connected with instantly. Like all of us met the first time we met, we were friends from that point on. And when I look down, I want to feel the same way. And so I feel like I just am going to take more time. And, if my goal is obviously Success Club as many as possible this month, but if I can sell to 3 people who are committed and like really excited about it, and I develop a friendship with them, then I would rather have the 6 Success Club points with people who I connect with and who are going to have success and want to move forward with the business than with 20 people who like just are out there floating and like I can't make a real connection with them.
Right.
Because in the long run, like I'm starting to realize like I would rather start slow and work up, because I've been feeling, I signed 2 coaches in the last couple of weeks, and like I'm already starting to feel a little overwhelmed. And like I feel like for me, because of what I have, all the other things I have going on in my life, like building slow and like steady and really working with those individual people to make sure they're set before moving on to the next person is what's going to work for me.
Right.
Because when I get overwhelmed, I just stop doing everything.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
That's my consistent pattern, and I know that about myself.
Right.
So,
Right. So once you have those coaches, right now your focus is on, training them, and then, just help me, hitting Success Club, but your main focus is on helping them right now. But I completely agree with you. I mean, your business is something that you're going to talk to people on a daily basis, and the people that, are your success partners and you're going to build this business with are also going to be your friends. You want it to be fun at the end of the day as well. So you're like, I really liked Kelly's video, and that kind of goes back to how we're inviting as well. And doing more quality like invites. And I used to shoot Insta all the time, but now I'm really trying to do that 5-3-1 thing to find people that I more connect with on a customer level, like you said. And then, starting to build that relationships. But I definitely understand what you're saying. I've had many coaches in the past who have like sort of brought me down, and I've had to like let them go because I knew that it wasn't good for me as a person. It was more like they were always consistently negative. And anything I do, I couldn't really help them. So yeah, I relate to that. Thanks for sharing. Let's see here. What else do you got? So I know we've been on here for 40 minutes. So, obviously the goal in this group is recruiting, like that's your main focus. And so obviously in order to do that, we do need to increase our invites. Has anyone been doing the 5-3-1 that Amy talked about at Summit? Because I recently started to do that, and I found better quality people. I also I'll admit it, I use Elance. I found like a really great assistant who helps me with strictly inviting the 5-3-1. And she has found really like quality people that have connected with me on Facebook. So if any of you are thinking about doing that, I would highly suggest it. I know Brooke is doing it, and Ashley Coyne is doing it now.
That combining with sending the thanks for the follow, like picture of me with like a message, has been really successful in getting people to both start, consistently follow and like my posts on Instagram, but also to reach out to me on Facebook. So doing the 5-3-1, and then as soon as they follow you, sending them that thanks for the follow with a private direct message. It just seems like I feel like maybe more personal to the individual, and then they're seeing that I'm a real person.
Right. I am like an idiot when it comes to sending that picture. How do you send that?
You can either do it by going to like your home thing or whatever. Like, if you go into Instagram and you go to like your homepage, that little box up on the top right.
Yeah.
Or if you go to send like a picture, you pick the picture you want, or, like you go, like you were going to post a picture,
yeah.
You pick which one you want, like pick your follow picture, hit next. And then when you get to the screen, after the filters,
yeah,
you're probably not gonna be able to see on my screen, but like at the top, it says followers, which is to put a post, or direct. You click on direct, and then you can choose who you send the direct message to.
Okay, so my question for that is, do you write down their Instagram names?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like, I forgot their Instagram name. I'm like searching.
You don't want to get all the way in there without knowing exactly who you're going to type it to, because then you'd have to go all the way back.
Right, that's my problem. Okay.
Yeah, unless you're already following them, like when you start to type their name, it's not going to come up. You need to know their exact Instagram name.
Okay.
So yeah. So make sure you write down, like, say you get 10 new followers, write down all their Instagram names, like on a piece of paper, then go into that direct message thing. And some people send them as a group. I don't like to do that because I feel like then they're going to feel like it's a scam or, like that they're getting spam. I send them individually, but it's a pain in the butt if you go all the way to that step and then you don't have their specific Instagram name.
Yeah, I've done that so many times and I'm like, forget it. But I'm like, I want to do that step.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't remember how to do this.
And,
Okay.
it'll show you when the person's read it. So like if you'll get a message that the person's viewed it. So like after a couple of days, if they viewed it and they haven't responded, you can send them another message in that same little thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that 531 and then sending that thing for the picture is like huge. So that's something I'm going to focus on. Thanks. All right, we've been on here for like 45 minutes. So if you guys have any suggestions or questions or like things that you want to work on this month, let me know.
I posted today my new like coaching opportunity thing I was going to post. If anybody could just read it and just give me like feedback on that. I don't know. Like, I feel like I've been posting the same like coach opportunity post for a while now. And like, it works here and there, but I wanted to do one for the sneak peek group. And I typed something and posted it on the one thing, and just, if you guys can just comment on that post or just send me a message if you have any like feedback on, because I haven't posted it yet to any of my groups.
That's a good idea. Yeah. And so another thing, I don't even think we talked about that. That's like one of the things you were going to talk about. But yeah, like creating, do you have one that's like a, physical, emotional, and then like a financial one? And we were talking about like, not everybody's going to have the same post. Like, not everybody's going to have the same financial, physical, or emotional. Like, it's personal to you, and that's what connects you to people. So you should just write down like what you think your physical, emotional, and what's the next one? Financial one are. And then, the best times to post them are on Sunday nights or on Mondays. So when you first start to post them, you're probably not going to get much feedback, but if you continue to do that at least like every other Sunday or just consistent with it, you're going to start to, especially since you're building your social media and you're getting new followers, you want to keep posting that, because not everybody's going to see that post in their scroll the first time. So you might miss people. So you want to keep doing it, even though you might not get as many hits the first time. So cool.
Andrea, how much do you pay, if you don't mind me asking, someone to do your invites? And how many are they doing of the 531 for you, average in a week?
In the past, like I've done it like a year ago, and we found a girl for like $5, and she would do like 30 invites a day.
For $5 a day or an hour?
An hour.
Okay.
And I just posted on Elance, and you could bid people out. And then right now, the girl that I'm paying her $40 a week, but she's doing other things for me. But my main focus is for her to do invites. And she does some things on my like page, and then she does some other things for me. But when I was first starting out, I just bid people on Elance and found like a couple of people that at my price range that I could,
For your like page, are they like boosting things for you, or just
they're just inviting? Like, they're strictly finding people and then bringing them to my Facebook page. So they're inviting on Instagram, and they're inviting on like Pinterest. And I have a thing that I posted on Elance, and I can send it to you.
Okay.
Like a resume or whatever that is called. And I gave it to Ashley Coyne and Brooke, and they posted it, and they found people. So I would highly recommend doing that, because the more people that you can put this in front of, the bigger you're going to grow your tribe. Like, if you're busy, like when I was working full time, like that was one of my main focuses, was to invite. And sometimes we just don't have time to sit down and invite. So I would hire somebody to do my invites for me.
I've tried Elance twice and gotten like all people who are like,
yeah, I mean, Elance is like hitter. Yeah, Elance. I've gotten creepy people. I got one girl that charged way too much. I mean, it just you can tell if they're doing your invites or not.
Did you say 40 a week?
Yeah, that's what I'm paying this girl. I just started her like 2 weeks ago. But I've gotten like, you have to like judge the people. I don't know. Pat has a guy that he found. He's like $4 an hour from like a different country.
Is that guy making all Pat's photos and stuff too?
Yep.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
But
My-
you can go with somebody who's overseas or something that's just doing that. But if they're doing your invites and they're trying to like communicate as if they were you, I feel like it's important that they speak, fluent English and can kind of pretend that they're you,
Right.
I
like interviewed a couple.
I found like a girl, she's kind of like us, but it's through like a business. She owns a business doing this. So we'll see.
Yeah. I
She
found
owns
like
a business doing invites, Brooke.
Yeah, so she owns like a social media recruiting type of business. So like Annie said, she'll do like anything that you need her to do on Facebook and Instagram. And she works with Beachbody coaches. And so I have somebody else finding me followers, and then she's going to be doing the 531s. Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm just writing down everything. Sorry.
No, I think I froze for a second.
Yeah. And then when it comes to following up, like once they friend me on Facebook, I do all that myself. Like I will accept them and then connect with them and then start to build a relationship with them from there. But if they're like, you log on Facebook and you're like, oh, okay, there's 5 people that I can connect with right now. It's a lot easier. So. Or moms groups. I mean, that's how I met Brittany. So, all right. Cool. I'll post this recording in the group. Thanks for getting on, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.